Hello, my dear and lovely Sagittarius. This is your horoscope for August 2024, and August will be all way travel and short term travel, short distance and long distance travel. And for some of you, it will be about education, information, and communication, my dear Sag. Now, August will be a bit of a challenging month. So, to tell you right from the beginning, and in August, it will be very important to stay positive and to stay on the higher vibrations. The higher our vibrations are, the more positive experiences we attract into our life. And you might even not even notice what August challenges will bring. You might be just passing it through and even treating those challenges as not even challenges. Now, August, we have also Mercury retrograding. Mercury is the planet of communication and signing contracts. Mercury is a very important planet in terms of our daily life because it rules commerce and trade. And we need Mercury to be sharp when we sign important papers, when we negotiate, when we have deals, and also when we do plastic surgeries or any surgeries, and also when we do dental work. And when we buy expensive things, especially related to technical things like technical appliances, kitchen appliances, or phone or computer, all those things that has technology there, it's better to postpone all these things. And I have a whole separate video about Mercury retrograde on my video. Go hit my channel, on my channel. Go hit my channel and find that video. And I gave a lot of tips there on what to do and what not advisable to do during Mercury retrograde. That is very helpful to navigate this month because whole August we have exactly Mercury going backwards, meaning slowing down. Now let's begin with your August horoscope. On 2nd of August, we have Venus, planet of love and beauty, in your house of travel and foreigners. Making disagreement with Uranus, planet of surprises. Now, Uranus is situated in your 6th house since 2018, giving you all sorts of transformations, ups and downs, because Uranus is that planet that gives us all sorts of experiences from top to bottom so that to transform our thoughts on our calling, on our daily life. 6th house is about our work, what kind of occupation we have, and how does it look like our daily schedule, let's say. Now, Venus is ruler of that house, of your work house, and it's making this agreement with Uranus, planet of surprise. Now, in the beginning of August, it might be some sort of argument there between you and work, somewhere in a foreign land, somewhere where its headquarters might be located somewhere else in some different country, or with your foreign manager, or with your foreign let's say colleague. There might be some sort of issue there, and it might actually involve a contract as well. So beginning of August might pose a bit of a challenge around your work or around your education. If you are a student or a researcher and studying, again, here might be some sort of disagreement around your studies too. And if your case is about moving, like immigrating somewhere, or getting papers like legal papers, passport, or if you're involved in legal case, again, here might be some surprising sort of information that you won't like around your let's say supporting documents there. Now, 4th of August, we have a new moon. New moons are all about new beginning in your 9th house, and this is an amazing place to host new moon. New moon is, will happen in your 9th house at 12 degrees. Those of you who are born around 5th of December will be affected the most, plus or minus 5 days. This new moon is an amazing one because Jupiter, your ruler, my dear Sag, Jupiter is the planet of happiness and luck, is the most expansive planet and amazing planet that showers gifts, New moon will be supported by Jupiter together with Mars. Mars is the planet of desire and action, and Mars will be situated in your house of committed partnerships in love or in business, And Jupiter together with Mars is expanding your seventh house. It's an amazing place to have Jupiter for whole year, because Jupiter will leave your seventh house only next year in June. So you have whole year to meet the one and only, and to even get married, to get wed, to get, committed, because Jupiter is exactly transiting your house of committed love. And if your situation is, if you say that I'm already married, happily married, and everything is perfect, then it might be about business partner. You might find ideal business partner during this year until next June. Now, new moon, because it's happening in your ninth house, there is a travel happening in the beginning of August, or immigration is happening. It might be either for work, you might seal a deal, you might immigrate somewhere, new place to start, let's say, your business partnership, or you might immigrate because you got married, let's say, or for marriage. If you're planning get married, get wed, then this might be the new moon when you travel for those reasons. Or if you're married and if your partner is a foreigner, it might be the reason that you will relocate to his or her country. Also, ninth house is about those documents like visa and citizenship. For those of you who've been trying to get a new citizenship or visa approval, this new moon will deliver positive news to your application. Congratulations on that. And those of you who are students, for you guys, it might be the time when you will finally get the answer from the university, or you might yourself already move to the campus, to the place of the university, to start your studies, to get ready to those studies. It might be possible, it might be, it's actually your case or the case of your spouse. If they are still studying, this might be the case of their case, let's say. And the same relates to the foreign documents like visa and immigration. And also, it's ninth house is about publishing. For those of you who say it's not about immigration, I'm not going anywhere, highly doubt so, being a Sag, my dear. It might be actually about publishing. For those of you who are writers, like it doesn't matter if you're a researcher and you're writing a research, or if you are a novelist and you're writing your new masterpiece, or a book or journal, whatever is that, or an article, then this new moon might deliver you positive news that you find the perfect editor, or publishing house, and you will be in luck if you're going to search around beginning of August, because this new moon has the power to bring that forward to you. And especially for teachers also, this is a good new moon, because ninth house is our teacher's house. It might be that you might become yourself a teacher, or you might find someone as your inspirational, let's say, person, someone who you will respect, someone who you will follow, and someone from whom you will learn a lot. You will treat them as your teacher, as your mentor. Now, let's move to the next day after the new moon, 5th of August. We have Venus, planet of love and beauty, moving into your career house. And, around 5th of August, it might be the possibility you will be hearing from your work, or from your future work, or from your current work if you're on vacation, because Venus naturally rules your work house and it's moving into your career house. Seems like there might be some opportunity for you to change your work, and you might start applying, if you've been thinking about it. You have good chances with Venus in your 10th house, my dear Sag. And the same day, 5th of August, we have Mercury going retrograde, as I said in the beginning, until 28th of August. Mercury retrogrades for 3 weeks, and Mercury is the planet of communication and ideas. And it will retrograde in your house of career, first half of August. And it seems like you might be contacting your previous workplaces, or you might be contacted from those previous workplaces. You might be sort of in communication with your previous manager or with your previous colleagues. making inquiries about maybe open positions, maybe, or going back, giving a thought of going back to those workplaces that you've worked before. Now, Mercury will be moving backwards, slowing down, meaning so it will cross into your ninth house from your 10th house after 15th of August. For the next half August, it will be the time when you might be actually traveling to the places that you've been before, like maybe back home or to some foreign spots where you liked a lot, where you enjoyed a lot, and you will be visiting again. Or it might be you will be dealing with the educational papers. If you are a student, it might be the time you will need to resubmit some papers or reissue some papers. Also, this relates to legal affairs because ninth house is the legal affairs. If you're involved in legal case or processes like divorce processes, it might be the time when you will be dealing with those papers, resubmitting them or applying them, like some sort of this kind of work. And same applies to travel and immigration documents like visas and citizenship. You might get busy by the second half of August with all those documents, applying, reapplying, or like in general paying attention to those things. And you might be actually contacted by your previous mentors and teachers as well. And if you are a writer, again, you might be going back to those publishing houses or editors that you've worked before, and you might be contacting them to publish again, to work again together, or they might be contacting you for any reason actually. Now let's move to the second half of August, which is a bit of a challenging one. And it all starts with full moon on 19th of August. And here I would like to say stay positive during second half of August, because it will be challenging to all of us. And all the planets on the sky, some sort of their like disagreement is going on between them. They are not friendly to each other during a whole second part of August, but we will make through it. Don't worry, my dear Sag. Now, 19th of August, we have full moon in your house of communication, third house, or also this is a house of our siblings and relatives and neighbors. Third house is in general our immediate surrounding people. House, meaning either it's your neighbors, your siblings, if you have them, or your relatives, like immediate relatives that we talk like daily, let's say. Now, that full moon is happening at 27 degrees, and those of you who are born around 20th of December will be affected the most, plus or minus 5 days around this date, birthdays. Universe will be speaking to you directly, my dear Sag, and full moon will be met by harsh angle from Uranus, planet of surprises, in your house of work and health and well-being. And this full moon's ruler is exactly Uranus, and Uranus is a ruler of your third house. So here your third house comes forth fully. Seems like some sort of communication issue, surprising one, shocking one, might be revealed itself, because full moons are something, they bring culmination, they bring some sort of confirmation and the last word to the resolution, let's say, to the situation that is already there, that is already in your life unfolding, and full moon comes in and just puts the last dot. Or another functionality of full moon is to put your attention to some situation or some person in your life, to put your immediate attention, and it will always need your action, so that you act upon that. Now, this full moon is happening, as I said, in your third house, and third house is all about communication. There might be some sort of harsh communication from your work. It could be with your colleagues or from your manager. For some of you, my dear Sag, you might encounter this kind of a, let's say, challenging situation where you will have to communicate with someone at your work about maybe some signing contract or about some sort of terms, and that communication won't be so easy, but you will make it. Universe always had our back. Stay on the positive side. Try to look at whatever will happen philosophical way, my dear Sag. Now, for some of you, it might be about your siblings or relatives or neighbors, as I said. It might be at their work. There might be some problem, and they might have a bad day, let's say, and your job will be to support them, and it will be sort of a surprising news to you and to them too, because Uranus, with this planet, you never know what might go wrong. What kind of surprise might bring this planet into your life. So here it might be actually your sibling, if you have them, and or relative or neighbor having a let's say bad day at work, or their contract might end, or it might be actually you too. Your job contract or might end abruptly in a sudden way. You might be shocking too. I mean, you might shock yourself. This situation might shock you, and it might come as a surprising news to you that the company is ending the relationship with you, or it might be you who will end it, and this will come as a shocking to your colleagues and to your boss, to your manager. And the same might be the situation of your siblings or relatives. Either that or this might be happening. And for some of you, it might be about short distance travel. If you've been, there might happen some sort of a travel because of work or because of health, your well-being, and it will be again immediate, and it will be again some sort of impatient, and you will have to go as fast as possible, and it might be very sudden one. You will not have time to prepare your luggage even. Could be this kind of situation. And for some of you, it might be really about your health situation. So here I would advise you to stay calm, to do all the procedures, to go for checkups, and it might be that your well-being might give you the signs for you to really pay attention to, and to pay a visit to your doctor. And it might be you, like your situation, or again those people that you communicate daily, like your brothers and sisters or your neighbors. It might be their situation that will come as a shock. And for some of you, it might be also about courses. Let's say if you've been trying to upgrade your skills, learning some new skills, and going for some short-term courses, then again here it might be a situation of surprisingly ending those courses, or they might not need you anymore, or you might not need them, and those skills that you learn might be proving useless, let's say, for your own surprise actually. And again, whole this full moon is something that is has this element of shock. So better to stay calm and positive, and no matter what comes in life, try to look with the brighter side, my dear Sag. At the same time, on another part of the sky, there will be a bunch of other planets arguing with each other, and those planets are Saturn, planet of work and responsibility, will make harsh angle to Mars and Jupiter, which they will be in your committed partnerships house, either in love or business, 7th house. And also Saturn will oppose Venus, planet of love, in your social status house, in your career house. Now, Saturn will be in your 4th house, and it all indicates some sort of a situation at home, with your loved one and with your status there. What kind of status or influence you have in your family, or what is your situation in terms of your relationship with your family members. And specifically, maybe it's about your father and mother, because here it seems like a bit of a tension there in your family circle, and also involving your spouse or your long-term partner. It might be also your ex-husband or wife. And here it seems like sort of an argument there. And plus, it might also involve your work situation. What is your future plans? And those future plans and your work situation might not be welcomed, actually, by your family and by your spouse or your partner. It might be this, like in also your health situation, let's say your well-being and your plans for your future. Another way it might play out is that there might be an issue of kids, about your children or business that you have. There might be the topic of the argument might be those things too, because it involves also money-wise here, especially from your mother's side. She might be pressing on those topics like of financing, whatever is the topic of the argument. But whatever is going on by the end of August, stay positive, my dear Sag. It all pass, it will all go. And the most important thing, to keep the relationship in the family, because family is everything and it should come first, my dear Sag. Now, 22nd of August, we have Sun moving into your career sector. And by the end of August, seems like your attention will switch to your career, what you want to do in your life, who you want to become, what you aspire to be. And seems like a Sun in the 10th house will energize your vision for your future career path or your social status. What kind of social status, what kind of influence you have within your family and within a bigger society. Now, 28th of August, we have Mercury going direct, finally, but always allow Mercury 10 days after, because we have this thing called shadow period. And Mercury, needs to regain its power, to go direct, to regain its clarity, to go full force. And it needs time of 10 days, So if you plan like to sign papers, important papers, to buy expensive things and to do surgeries and plastic surgeries, do everything. And even like opening business, starting a project, do everything after 10th of September. Now, this was your horoscope for August, my dear Sag, and stay tuned for September. Stay positive and on a brighter side as you are, because Jupiter is exactly your planet of happiness, and it will give you that power to go through whole August with all positivity that is possible there, my dear Sag. Love you all. Bye bye.